Hello, and welcome to Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate. Today, I should be finishing the 9-star village quests. There should be 3, unless there's another Elder Dragon monster that just sort of shows up in the middle of nowhere. But there's the Desert Double Act, which should be pretty relaxed. Tigrex is a little more difficult. Then there's these two. That should be it. Then I only have... Technically I have Harvest Tours, but those don't count. I just keep delaying doing them because it's just a waste of time. Those, and then... Advanced quests. Only one of which seems maybe easy, but probably not. I mean, I still have the exact same gear. I haven't gotten better gear since I last tried them. So, it's not going to be easier. So it's definitely desert. So I think I should go... I need to get going because I need to get through all 3, or I want to get through all 3. What a weird rhyme. Like a poem. Interesting. I like these quests. I like that they're goofy. Though the goofy quests in like high rank are a little funnier to me. Ooh, quick Volvidon. Pretty small Volvidon too. I mean, not tiny, just... I think slightly below average at least. Oh, yep, nothing I could have done there. Oh, yeah. Paralysis is a pretty funny status when you get hit midair and stuff. Because then you just freeze in a very unnatural way for being in the middle of the air. Which is fun. Actually, with advanced quests being what they are, I don't know when I'll do them. I'll definitely try to do them before G rank, because that's when they're intended to be done, but... Nope, missed. I don't know, I just don't think super inflated stats are very interesting. If it was just damage, I'd actually not hate the advanced quests. But like damage and super high HP for multi-monster hunts is just kind of rough. Which it's the challenge, obviously, like a monster could do 4 billion damage, but if it had 1 HP it wouldn't be hard. It's like there needs to be a distribution, obviously. Oh. That's bad. She's kind of interesting. I say interesting too often, which I kind of find interesting in itself, but not all types or most types of armadillos don't actually roll up or something. So it's only like there's many types that do not roll up, despite that being the image. I might try to... Come on! Like, I just shouldn't have landed on that side. But it happens all the time, so I'm not surprised. But if I get a chance, I'm gonna try to... check what types of armadillos roll up into balls. I'm pretty sure like the 9-banded might... Or it might be that the 9-banded doesn't. I think the 9-banded armadillo is one of the most common images. And not like the pink fairy is not what people think of when they think armadillo. And I mean the pink fairy armadillo has a pretty appropriate name. It looks cute, and it's pink. so pink fairy. Why does that not clear stink? That's interesting. It's really weird that that doesn't clear stench. Kinda wonder why. Well, I'll leave that item there. That item's staying there. I wonder why that vase doesn't clear. Oh, I'm trying to check, but it's hard to fight monsters when your screen gets a browser window covering it because you want to search armadillos. Should probably do it on my phone instead, actually. That'd be safer. I do want the stench to wear out, so if I don't fight effectively for a second, it wouldn't be too bad. I'm still looking. Okay, stench is gone. And you know, okay, opening. I don't know if How Stuff Works is a trustworthy website. Oh, it's the 9-band armadillo is the only one in the US. There's also, I think, the classic fact about leprosy? I believe it's not a myth that they carry leprosy because they're like the perfect temperature for it. Because leprosy is very picky in terms of temperatures. Ah, yes. The 3-banded armadillo is apparently the only one that rolls up. I don't know if I trust How Stuff Works as a website. I don't know. I've never vetted them, but the rolling up that armadillos, that I think is a fairly common media idea with armadillos, is only the 3-banded, which I would say that looks very 3-banded to me. So it's a 3-banded armadillo, which I think makes it seem like they really did research on that. They're like, okay, gotta make sure it's accurate. That was a little bit close for comfort. Or too close for comfort is the full sentence. It's kind of interesting. If only one type of armadillo rolls up. That's complete. That green phase on the mount is kind of questionable, how fast it moved while still being green. The Volvidon's being pushed around as I'm mounted. Oh, that's pretty funny. This is awful though. I hate this. Okay, it left. And I land on the other side. What a wasted mount. It's dead though, that's good. I didn't take the reload, which is bad. But yes, it's like, I think that the frog sound in movies? Just what I get to next. In my head. Hollywood frogs. I don't know if KQED is a trusted website. It does have NPR and PBS at the top. That's probably a mark in its favor. So yeah, Pacific tree frog. is apparently the default frog noise that people recognize. I don't even recognize the like movie sound. It's kind of neat. Like frogs don't all make that type of noise. Some frogs make no noise. That's audible to humans at least. Which is always kinda... it's just fun. What's also fun is the different regional sound effects for animals. How they change by country to country. Language to language, probably more than country to country. Because I imagine if there's a specific French noise, it's probably the same in Quebec as it is in France. Same in Saskatchewan as it is in Quebec. I'm gonna get hit. Yep. Okay, that's kind of questionable how much damage that does. Considering I was just hit by like a clip of their arm. And not the actual bite, which would actually hurt. It's stuck, but that's not... oh, well, that's a mega potion, it's fine. I'm taking the chance to eat. Yeah, punished, but whatever. Fine. Again, this is where I should really be using an exhaust weapon. I really think exhaust versus Tigrex would be vital to make it less annoying. A little bit lower energy. Worth the reload, though unnecessary. Okay, it's leaving. So I don't have to work to guide it somewhere. Is it gonna charge me? Is it gonna do a dive attack at me? Nope. Barryoth did a dive attack when it flew down on me once. I kind of wish Tigrex did. Actually, I want more... I know they can't really have like, oh, this roar does damage on a bunch of monsters. But I want more monsters with like interesting roar effects. I don't know what variety there could be beyond damage, but I don't know, like a... something that is still a roar, but lights you on fire. But like a short lasting fire, so it's effectively the same damage as like a Tigrex roar, but it's a burn instead. Or before the roar happens, it pulls you in because it sort of like Gamma breathes in, pulls you towards them if you're in front of them, but in every direction. Just a huge... that's not even the direction I was aiming. Just a huge inhalation of air before the roar. That then followed with a roar that stuns you long enough that it's kind of threatening, but not inescapable. Like some sort of more special roars instead of just bigger, smaller. It's a solid landing. Like, I wonder what sort of... I'm not able to think of any effects right now, but it actually just killed it. Oh, that's great. Or it looked like it killed one. I'm not sure if it actually did kill the one that it was eating, but... No, it must have, because ones that are killed, like, preemptively dead are in the ground like that most of the time, I think. Nope. Because there's also roars that knock back really far, which is why I was thinking the reverse could be neat. But you can't have a roar that pulls you in, so it'd have to be a inhale that pulls you in before a roar. Or a monster with a really anticlimactic roar. They inhale for the roar, super strong inhale, pulls the hunter towards it, and then it roars and it does nothing. So it's mostly just a pull-in effect, instead of a temporary stun from a roar. I think it could be incredibly frustrating, which, that's what some of these monsters are designed to be. They really feel like they're designed to be frustrating. I think it would fit. Oh, he's gonna roar? Yep. That was goofy looking. Yeah, I just really enjoy Tigrex being... like, it's a good way to make them unique, I think. Because, I mean, if Tigrex didn't have its its damaging roar, I don't think I would care about it. I think it would be incredibly forgettable to me. And maybe there are other monsters that do damage with roars, but it's not overused. So it's still... I might go to sleep there. So it'd be lowering down. Still might not have landed. And it could have landed already. It's this way that I want to go, right? Could be asleep, could be not. Yes, oh, no, I don't think it was going to sleep. I think waiting longer would have been worse. Ugh, too slow. Oh, that's unfortunate. No, I'll die if I get hit. Like I just did from that HP there, and... that's why. Okay, that's... it's kind of neat. I wonder if they've done any monsters that do, like, inverse exhaustion. Where instead of getting exhausted, they just get stronger over time. Actually, there's ways they could do that. There could be an early game monster. Weak, not very dangerous, even at the worst case. That its default attacks are like slow and not very threatening because they're kind of awkward, but then they get tired and they start to fall over on the hunter and do a lot more effective attacks, like through random chance. Like a goofy monster. Silly, non-serious. Not meant to be viewed as some realistic creature. Yeah, it's fun. Because, I mean, goofy monsters are always fun, I think. Like, Kongolal is not the funniest, but it is goofy. It's not that serious of a monster. Like, it still has normal moves and stuff, but then its entire gimmick is flatulence. So, like, you know, it's not exactly the highest, highest brow. It's not very highbrow. Which not everything needs to be, but I'll go check in Kokoto first before I go to the next mission. Because maybe someday I will get a good charm with like +7 vault, +10 vault, +15 stun resist, which is not possible, but see, these ones are actually really pretty good. +3 vault? Like, these are better than the ones that I'm getting as drop. Like, the ones that I get as drops are so much worse. And these are like breaking down trash ones. Like, it's weird how good these are. Okay. Oh, yeah, I have to put it, send to item box. This is probably the last set that I'll cook. Mostly because I've cooked probably 100 recently, which should be enough for, I don't know, 80 to 100 hunts. I think this one's most likely to be... The first two monsters are really easy. The third one's more dangerous. Ooh, what type of quest? Hunt all monsters... Not a huntathon. I think not being a huntathon means I kind of want to bring... dung bombs. Except dung is better to bring than dung bombs, I think. Because if I need it, I can craft into a dung bomb. And I think that's easier to work with. Because I'm not going to need 10 dung bombs anyway. First monster is not going to be in this region. It's going to be in the top area. This is gonna be weird. I haven't hunted a great Macau in a while. I don't even know where to start. I should be looking for the I should be looking for the hot air balloon. The hot air balloon has been pretty unreliable recently. I kind of wish it showed up more. Oh, that's too bright. Which is fair. I like this map. It's very basic. But that's kind of one of my favorite traits. Oh, I guess I'll go this way first. Yeah, it's Monster Hunter Generations. Like it I think says a lot that it's not covered with slopes. Like they definitely learned a lot from the 4U maps. I may be misattributing the maps that are from, well, not 4U, I call it 4U, but it's 4, I think. But I might be misattributing the maps. They might not all be 4, they might be earlier than that. And they might not even be generations. Some of them might even be generations, and I'm giving them too much leeway. Is it really gonna be that it was in one of the bottom two right areas? Or did it circle me? And since it feels unlikely that it's in the bottom 2 areas, I'm starting with the assumption that it circled me. Okay, now at this point, I guess I work my way back to the edge and then go down to the bottom area where it might be. Which I never assumed it would ever be there. It could have also circled into the upper area. That's always possible. But I never pictured Great Macau as a bottom area monster. It's surprising. If it's here. If not, it's doing a very good job of evading. And this is why the paintball system is frustrating if it evaded me. Yep. This is... I still could have gone from 11 to 10. So if it's not in 10, this is why the paintball system is very annoying. Yup. It's exactly why the paintball system is obnoxious. And while I enjoy paintballing monsters, the initial find is such a pain. Sometimes. Generally, it's not. But you can spend 2.5 minutes, 3.5 minutes, whatever. I don't know if it's 59 or I don't know if it's 49 or 50. It's probably 50. It'd be 3.5. It can just spend several minutes because the monster doesn't cooperate. Okay, I got pushed by the tail, but I didn't jump. Absolutely launched. Yep. It's actually one of the few monsters that I think I preferred fighting with a prowler. Just because of boomerang it in its face and stuff. And it made it less annoying when it jumps. Rude. It also hasn't been mounted yet. Like, I've hit it so many more times than most monsters need. Like, most monsters would have mounted at least once by now. That's a bad hitbox. Gale looks a little funny when it's mounted. It's probably accurate, it's just it looks... It highlights how much bigger the Great Macau is than the Hunter. When you're hunting, it doesn't look that much bigger. No, something was very wrong with that monster. It barely got a mount and then it died instantly. It has weird stats. It has to. It has to have weirdly modified stats for that to be how that fight goes. Like low HP for whatever reason, but resistant to mounts? That was weird. It took longer to find. It took like 5 times longer to find it than to hunt it. Which is not ideal. I think hunting should be 90-95% of a hunt. Well, hunting would be trying to find it, but killing it should be 90 to 95% of a hunt, in my opinion. What's the next one? Volvidon. I have no idea where that would be. Probably zone... the rocky zone? The cave, I guess. That feels the most likely to me. Hopefully I can find it quickly and not spend another 3 minutes just locating it. And then it dies in less than a minute. Maybe it took longer than a minute, but I think it felt very quick. Which actually, if they intentionally give both of the first two monsters a low HP because they were hunted by the Nargacuga, which I probably should have read the quest description. Just to see if maybe there's some comment about, oh, things have been running away from a Nargacuga or something. Something about monsters tearing stuff up. So there is I hate that. I hate Renoplos. Yeah, just a bunch of medicine stuff. I don't think there's anything that would indicate in the quest log that these would be weaker because they were fighting a Nargacuga. So it could just be that a Great Macau is a super weak monster, but it's resistant to mounts for some reason. Because, yeah, the scaling is kind of odd on... I guess it's sort of because monsters get basically multipliers on a base value, I think? Maybe I'm wrong, because I don't know enough about it. Like, if it operates on like on a multiplier from base value, and everything in 9-star has a similar HP mult, then of course the low HP value base, like Great Macau, will still be super squishy at this tier. That's super obnoxious. The reload was slightly bad. Not super bad, just not correct. Commit to that. I was paying attention. Because I was forgetting what I was doing. Commit to the kill. I don't need to heal. I should heal, because I could die. And it'd be pretty bad to die to a Volvidon. That's annoying. Give me this. Worth it. Come on. What angle is that on? I'm gonna heal because I'm out of the AoE now, but... Or out of the zone. But what's the angle on that zone change? Is it like along the green there? Because I assumed it would be completely horizontal across the area. It's like here, and if I run straight across, it shouldn't send me. Oh, I had an invisible wall this time. Is it further down than... Oh, weird. Weird. That invisible wall is a lot weirder. So the zone change is probably fine, but... There's an invisible wall there. Why? Why is the wall not better matching the rocks? Because I can't imagine that would be difficult. Maybe it was lazy? because it fits with the wall for another part, so they just extended it further. And it was good enough. Which it is good enough. You don't want to be fighting in that area anyway, but it's just weird how bad that wall is. Well, actually, no, it's not that weird when you compare it to a lot of monster collision on ledges, so maybe it's not really that odd. Yes, the Volvidon has fairly normal HP. It was definitely just Great Macau as a weakling. Which is fun. It's fun to fight a weakling monster occasionally. Like if they gave an arena quest that had all the drones in it at the same time, that would be a kind of fun quest. Oh, yep. Oh, it's taking a long time, considering this is still the easy part of the quest. And I still have a Nargacuga to hunt. But maybe Nargacuga will take less time than Volvidon. I somehow doubt it, but... Rick-rack. What a term. I was not gonna do this, but... And I won't even harvest from it. What I'm going to do is go grab a map so I can drop off all the loot at the same time. Nargacuga could be anywhere. So going all the way back is not going to be that far of a trek back to searching. I don't think supplies showed up, but if they did, I forgot. And I will still check. Okay. Yep. I hate supplies in this game. They're so worthless. Like, why even provide supplies if they never show up at a point that would actually be helpful? Like, at least let them consistently show up after 10 minutes or something. Because as it is, it's pretty much worthless. It's only useful if you're like scraping by near the end of a hunt, and even then, maybe it doesn't show up in time. Like, unless there's some formula about how it triggers based on your use of supplies, like you go in with 10 mega potions, once you use all 10 it will send supplies. I assume it's some sort of timed thing that's randomized somehow, but it still is like, why bother even sending? I know why they send the supplies, because if you're struggling it will be helpful, but why send the supplies if they aren't timely? Ooh, oh yeah, I was about to say this is a small Nargacuga, but Nargacuga in this game is small. Compared to later installments. Oh yeah, I remember now. In this game, the way to fight Nargacuga is put your weapon away. I love when supplies arrive at the time they're the least useful. I just left there. If they'd sent them sooner, I would have grabbed them, but now they're worthless. So they're just there to taunt the hunter. If, unless they're like desperate, obviously. I just want free supplies so I don't have to go through my own resources. Because I would do my best to go through the hunt using unupgraded first aid meds. Come on, that should have hit. I want to quit. I want to quit again. Yeah, like unupgraded first aid meds are a bad idea, but that's what I would use just to preserve resources. Because I think in-game, if they didn't send supplies at all, it would be easily just, well, unless you requested them, which you can do to guarantee they show up. That's questionable. The timing on that hitbox, hurt box, whatever, is bad. I get hit mid-air, but because I guess the damage occurs when the tail hits the ground. So I guess if you're in the air when you get hit, it just behaves weirdly. Because vertical hitboxes are hard. Which they probably are relatively hard when, for the first 3 games, you didn't need any sort of, you didn't really need vertical hitboxes. That's questionable. That's even more questionable. That did not hit me. Like, I know gameplay-wise why it hits, because it has to have AoE on either side, otherwise it will miss a lot more often, but just give it a bigger visual width if you want it to hit that large. I really want to play Lance right now. Because Lance versus Nargacuga, at least in Rise, is great. I really should try to work on trying to play Striker Lance soon. Which I guess I should find a weapon. Probably look at a raw weapon. Oh, yep. A nice raw, probably not critical eye based. Like high raw, don't worry about having to get affinity boosted. Because I'd rather have guard, because assuming guard is relevant in this game, I want to lean into being able to just block everything. Which is a very satisfying way to fight. Counters are good as well. I don't know if Lance has counters in this game though. I know Striker Lance is much more movement friendly, or at least I think it is. So it's less of a standstill and block everything style. Or it can be. That's questionable. Totally fine, just I think it's a stretchy tail. Which, stretchy tail is questionable, but it has actually been established within the game that the tail stretches. Doesn't make sense why it stretches, but... Or that it stretches, not why it stretches. But it clearly stretches there, so it's an established fact. So it stretching on other tail attacks is actually reasonable. Just weird that the cat bird has a rubber tail. which is fun. I feel like that's a design space. I don't know if they have, like, because I've not played every game. And Gypsero sort of does it, but I don't think they've done... I pressed double, but whatever. I don't know if they've done a monster that really is like a stretchy... Stretch Armstrong. I don't really know Stretch Armstrong. But I know the idea of it being a strong person with stretchy arms. Which is not surprising. Just... I don't know if they've done like a super stretch focused monster. With like fists, not fists. Though they could do fists actually. They could do a Rajang type monster. Rajang Blangonga. Kongalala, that type. They could do that with a stretchy fist. Not as an anime reference, so it could be. Probably a more likely reference than Stretch Armstrong. Particularly from a Japanese video game company. Like some sort of rubber elastic type monster that actually like does more than have a stretchy tail. Because Gypseros, stretchy tail. That's sort of it. Maybe there's another monster that I've never seen that is stretchy. And there's probably reasons to not do stretchy, but... I just think it's... underutilized. It would kind of be bad for hammers, probably, if they said it, if they did, if they didn't give it, if it was resistant to blunt, which it would be because it's rubber elastic, it bounces and stuff, it wouldn't be helpful for them. But I think it could be funny. Mostly just think about funny monsters, like... Serious monsters can be fun, but they're generally tied to like a story, and that needs a lot more background than just, here's a goofy monster idea. And like, I don't even think it's a monster that should exist, I just think it'd be fun if it did. I think there's a lot of underutilized, I would say, tropes that have been around for long enough that it wouldn't be overly specific. Ooh. 2. Not bad. 2 slots is at least something. 22 minutes 40 seconds. At least 2 minutes and 40 seconds of that was looking for the first monster. Which was frustrating. Okay. Gotta get to the next monster quickly, because that hunt took longer. I should still grab this. That hunt took longer than I feel like it should have. Give me black belt. Give me black belt. No, super cat, very helpful. I don't even remember what it does. I think that either the falling or the carrying. It's transportation focused, I believe. Yep. Trouble comes in 3s. It's not gonna be bad. The Huntathon. That's definitely the volcano, right? Yep, I wasn't really reading it. This time I will also bring... dung as a backup. I believe dung bombs are just dung. Ooh, it's hot. As would be expected. Wait, just to check. Rude. Clearly I missed... Oh, I need bomb casings, don't I? So bringing just dung is useless. Which means I should be bringing dung bombs. If I need to bring the bomb casings just to make them, it's better to bring that. There are cases where if I'm bringing ingredients for flash bombs, it would be better to just bring dung. Or sonic bombs, or... If I need the casings for other stuff. Come on. Stop attacking my palico. It would be much better to bring the dung. But if I'm not bringing those for other stuff, it's better to bring the bombs. It's good to learn. And it's much easier to remember when you mess up, in my opinion. That, I didn't let go of the button for even a second there. I guess I'm putting pressure on the wrong part of the button. So the contact, or however it works, isn't connecting as stably as it wants to. Nope, that's not as far as I... That's way further than I wanted. Actually, it's kind of interesting. If I said... I feel like technically if I said, that's not as far as I wanted to go, the implication is I wanted to go further. But if I didn't want to go as far, it's still not... If I didn't want to go that far, it's still not as far as I wanted to go. Basically, that seems like the type of thing that's the usual thing with English, where you speak the language enough, you would recognize why it's that way. But if you don't, then you just kind of have to accept that that's how it is. Which is like same in other languages and other directions. It seems weird if you don't speak it, but if you're used to it, then that's just how it is. Ooh, I'm lucky I didn't get hit. I'm letting the poison tick, even though I have an antidote, because I'm lazy. And also because I thought it would stop ticking about halfway back on my HP bar. Because this is a low tier monster and it shouldn't be doing 60% of my HP for getting hit once, but that's my bad. The poison is just crazy strong. That should have hit me because I was in a bad location. Glad it didn't. Yep, there goes all my HP because poison's OP. Obviously you can just cleanse it. It's not difficult. But it's also kind of... It doesn't scale? Like, this low tier monster does that much HP, where its actual attacks do less compared to other dangerous monsters in this level of quest. Which is kind of silly. It's a little silly that they do full poison damage compared to other actually competent monsters. Like, obviously I shouldn't have gotten hit with the poison or the following attack after I let it tick for that long. And I shouldn't have let the poison tick that long, because I would get hit anyway, and an antidote's not an issue to drink. But I do find it interesting that it's not weaker. It's also kind of funny that this guy's stronger than the Great Macau. Like, the Great Macau is... I thought they were similar level, but I guess these are higher. Like, not far crazy higher, but definitely higher. Aptonoth. Okay, guess what, Aptonoth? You get what's coming. You get hit by a sword. I feel like there should be like a small monster repellent as an item. Like, you drink it, it takes effect for 5-10 minutes, whatever. And for that duration, they don't try to attack you. Mostly because they're just complete nuisances. And if it was easy enough to get 1,000 of them, I would absolutely do that every hunt. Good combo. Nope, it decided to run away just then. Somehow I land on this side of it, but it mostly worked out. Why is it limping there and not running away? Weird. Well, now I have to wait. That hunt took longer than I would have wanted. Not ideal. Now I just have to wait. My guess is they're probably outside as the easy starting point. No idea where else I could, where they're likely to be. The outdoor just fits the rock image a lot better, I think. Yeah, rock instead of magma. Well, I was a little further left than I thought, but this works out. I'm not going to do the delivery yet, because I'll do that after the Basarios. But should be fine. Kind of surprised. I guess I'll go through 10 and go up and around. Actually, I have to actually look, because if there's suspicious rocks, then that's Basarios. favorite. Looking for a monster. Always the best. Okay, I doubt it's in zone 8. I mean, it's possible. Oh, yep, right there. Please let me paintball. Thank you. Very helpful. Oh, great timing on the cooling. Okay. Quick back break. I don't know if this guy has a tail cut. I hate Uroktors. Because they hate me. Which I think is fair. If they hate me, I think it's fair to hate them. Really? I guess this monster is fairly susceptible to being mounted. It's not a very, resistant monster. Uroktors, I hate them so much. It's fine. I should get Vase of Vitality to trigger. It doesn't trigger that? Oh, it's Vase of Vitality is not a clear for those types of things. It's a blight. It clears blights, not status effects. And poison isn't a blight. Which makes it a whole lot worse. Like, it really is a lot worse if it doesn't clear, like, poison. It's very good at turning. It has good, control. Whatever, it's fine here. I probably shouldn't reload yet. I should save it. That should be fine, yep. As always, just sliding around midair is kind of weird. I wonder if it has multiple... Like, I wonder what triggers the different mount states. Like, if it's breaking the back causes it to flop on its back when mounted? If that's how that changes? Or maybe... And maybe that resets the mount meter? Which is why that second mount was so quick? I don't know. It is kind of neat. At least that was quick so far. Okie dokie. Fight me. Dead already? Okay. Now let's have to find a Gravios. Give me the... Give me the loot. Like I say, I'm gonna run all the way back down to go hide all this. Or to deposit all this. Might as well grab the supplies. They actually showed up at a time where they will be usable for once. I don't know where I'm gonna check for Gravios. Whether I'm gonna go up the right side or the left. Sort of leaning towards the right side, because again I feel like the outside's the more likely, but... Probably should... Excuse me, sorry. I probably should sharpen. But I'll wait till I have the mini free sharpen. I think that looks suspicious, but I could be wrong. That one actually looked suspicious, though the coloring was wrong, so I felt it was very likely it wasn't there, but the shape actually does match quite well. Okay, I can't grab the free stuff because my inventory is probably too full. Okay, this is useless. Okay, that's all delivered. Oh, and I can deliver the account items? If I had any. Okay, so I'm gonna grab this. Sure. Extra cold and the rations. Okay, sharpen and ration. I wonder if those rocks are always there or if they show up on quests or in scenarios where the specific monster, like, it is the same rock structure, just darker. So I wonder if it is here all the time or if it only shows up for this type of thing where the oh wait, I guess Gravios doesn't hide, only Basarios. That's good to know. Just get paintball, please. That should have hit, I feel, but that's not a mount. I'm very surprised. That is meh, as always. It always feels a little questionable. But now is where I can try to break the back quickly to reduce the flame explosion chance. Lovely time for the cooling to wear off, as always, after I engage the next monster. Okay, it's already broken. Good. So I can focus tail. Then once it stands up, I can go drink a cool drink. I feel like the tail's slightly different shape, but that's a big roar. But I could be wrong compared to the gameplay that's been revealed for Wilds. I think it could just be that it looks more ball shaped once it's been chopped off. Come on, over this way. Stop standing in the lava. You weren't even attacking anything, Gravios. You're not attacking anything, Gravios. Yeah. And this is where it would fire if I didn't break its back. And as always, the tail being able to hit the hunters is always questionable. I wanted to be fighting in a different location because this is a terrible place. Yeah, I wasn't going to do anything on that. No time to really hit it. I actually wanted to jump off that, but I pressed the button too early. I can't see what's happening. Oh sure, I'll kill the Aptonaut, that's fine. That's worth it. The angles are all messy because I couldn't tell what was happening, but... Bad hitbox. Without a doubt, that was a bad hitbox. Can't convince me that it was a good hitbox. That was actually a better hitbox than I expected. He didn't hit me with his tail despite it flying way above my head. I'm actually surprised. Thank you. Let's take the reload. There's no sense in even trying to hit the swing. What did I break there? Its legs? Or one of its legs? Come on, tail. Ooh, it stands up real quick. I can't even get a full element discharge. Or elemental discharge, it's one of the two. Let me hit the tail. Come on, let me hit the tail. Or not. Lucky. Because that definitely would have hit me. Okay, ground tremor is my favorite. Okay, that hit me a little earlier than I expected. which is probably my own fault. God love the swim in lava. Oop, don't walk into that. Close. That, again, as always, I don't know. I just think they shouldn't give attacks like that. That shouldn't hit in scenarios like that. Because look how tall it is compared to me. It would have to scrape its stomach on the ground to be able to hit me with its tail in that scenario. And even then it would barely be able to hit me. Just like those charges. I just feel bad. Oh, whatever. Oh yeah, I'm not running Glutton or whatever it's called anymore. Gluttony, whatever, the food eating one, so the rations don't full restore food. Which doesn't matter most of the time because rations never show up. What a weird roll. Yeah. I guess it looks more spherical in Wilds because it doesn't clip into the ground. Where the clipping into the ground kinda makes it look like it isn't a sphere. Oh, stop standing there. Just hit me, I don't care. I can't do anything if they stand there. I should be rolling, but... Just stop standing in the right by the lava where I can barely fight you. This is why I hate monsters having ranged attacks. Because they won't move to a place where it's fine to fight them and not a real pain. Because they can just keep shooting. It's so frustrating. Then it runs right back into the lava. Where it's a real pain to fight it. Because I only have half of its body to target. I just am frustrated. Because the hitboxes are just very frustrating. If the hitboxes were like... I mean, if it had good hitboxes, it would be a weaker monster. Like, proper hitboxes would mean it would almost never hit you with half of its attacks. Okay, I can't see what's happening because it's just flailing everywhere. That's not the button I pushed. Okay, I'm glad I didn't go for this thing, the reload. Because it definitely would have been interrupted. There are the two collection. Oh, it ran off This way? Did it? Oh, it went into the lava, didn't it? I guess I'll go 5 and then 3. Very long fight. A very long hunt. Yep, very, very long. Which is a shame. Maybe just run around. I could try to gather whatever, but it's mostly mining. I mean, there's those plants. Very slow hunt. It took a lot longer than intended, but pretty bad. Yeah, 30 minutes is way long. But should be it. Excellent. Wait, that's blue. Are there gonna be like advanced 9-star quests? I guess I'm gonna get more 9-star quests despite there being 6 pages already. But I guess it's done for now. I'm gonna get more quests than 9-star from doing hub quests, I guess. But I can grab this. That frog sticks very effectively. +9 hunger. Sounds very negative. But that will be it for today. Took a lot longer than expected. But it is time to stop. So, I hope you have a nice day. Bye-bye.